All kinds of good news for the Denver Broncos. We are feeling really good in the Mile High City. First of all, the Denver Broncos beat the Las Vegas Raiders 24-17. They improved to 11-2. They improve on their record from last season. They're in pole position to be the number one seed in the AFC. And oh yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs have most likely been eliminated from the playoffs. They just lost to the Houston Texans 20-10, and now Kansas City must win out and get all kinds of help in order to just make the playoffs. Any chance of them winning the division is officially done. The AFC West is firmly in control of the Denver Broncos. We are riding high in the Mile High City, Broncos country. I want to go ahead and bring in the NFL playoff picture. So, with the Denver Broncos win over the New England Patriots, they clinch all of the tiebreakers over New England. You'll see they've got a greater than 99% chance to make the playoffs. They haven't officially clinched it yet, but they are obviously going to the playoffs. But with the Patriots, the Denver Broncos are 6-0 against common opponents. The Patriots are 5-1. So, Denver has full grasp of this number one seed in the event that they tie with the Patriots. The only way that they won't get that number one seed is if New England finishes with a better record than them. Patriots sitting at the number 2 seed at 11-2. You've got the Jacksonville Jaguars who beat the Indianapolis Colts today. They're now 9-4. They're first place in the AFC South. The AFC South has completely flipped on a dime these past couple of weeks, and today we had another big development as Daniel Jones, quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts, is most likely out for the season with a torn Achilles. It hasn't been officially confirmed yet, but all indications are it's torn and he's going to miss the rest of the season. So, yeah, obviously not good news for the Colts, and after starting 7-1, they're in danger of not making the playoffs at all. Indy held a head-to-head tiebreaker over the Denver Broncos. Jacksonville plays Denver in 2 weeks. This game is going to have serious playoff implications one way or the other. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they got a big win today over the Baltimore Ravens, so they're back in control of the AFC North. That's their only path to the playoffs, is winning the division, so they currently have a 67% shot to make the playoffs. We look at the wild cards here. You've got Buffalo as the 5 seed at 9-4. The Chargers don't play until tomorrow when they face off against the Philadelphia Eagles. They can improve to 9-4, and with a win, they'll pass Buffalo in the standings, so LA could become the 5 seed and Buffalo would be the 6 seed. Then you've got Houston, who got that big win tonight over Kansas City. They're 8-5, and they're holding on to that 7th seed right now. They have the head-to-head tiebreaker against the Indianapolis Colts, who are just spiraling out of control. Daniel Jones done. Anthony Richardson still injured after he suffered a crazy eye injury in pregame warmups a few weeks ago. They're now turning to Riley Leonard. Things are not good for them. The Ravens lost today. Excuse me. The Chiefs lost today. Miami won. They are going to need some serious help in order to make the playoffs. And then Cincinnati is still hanging on by a thread here at 4-9. Everybody else, the Jets, Browns, Raiders, and Titans, have officially been eliminated from playoff contention. So that's how things currently shake out in the AFC. I want to go ahead and bring in the ESPN playoff machine here so we can calculate Denver's best path to that number 1 seed. So we've got Monday Night Football tomorrow just to round out this week. I do anticipate the Eagles winning that game because the Chargers, they're starting an injured Justin Herbert. He's dealing with a hand injury. I don't have much confidence in the Chargers being down both of their starting offensive tackles. Things are just not great in Los Angeles right now. And if the Chargers were to lose, that would knock them out of the current playoff standings. And that would actually bring Indianapolis back up to the 7th seed. Houston would come up to the 6th seed in that scenario. So let's now go ahead and move into week 15, where all the bye weeks are going to be done. The Denver Broncos, simply put, have to take care of business against the Green Bay Packers. So I've got them winning that game. Then we look at the New England Patriots. They host the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo played a really strong football game today, defeating the Cincinnati Bengals, and I don't know if Buffalo is going to allow themselves to lose to the New England Patriots twice this year. So I actually do have the Buffalo Bills winning this game, and that will put Denver one game ahead of the New England Patriots, which would be absolutely huge. Then we've got Jacksonville. We'll play them out. They play the New York Jets, so I have a feeling they're going to get the job done there. The New York Jets are not a good football team whatsoever, so I have a feeling Jacksonville takes care of business right there. Then we come over here to Week 16. Denver hosting Jacksonville. If the best version of the Denver Broncos show up in this Jaguars game, they should win the game, much like this Green Bay game. But if Denver comes out and they've got penalties, they shoot themselves in the foot, it's going to be a really tough game for the Denver Broncos. We'll go ahead and give them the dub here. We'll also go back and take a look at what things look like if Denver were to lose either this Jacksonville game or the Green Bay game. Then we come over here and look at the New England Patriots. They go on the road to face the Baltimore Ravens. Earlier in the season, I would have called that a win for the Ravens, but the Ravens are just playing so poorly right now, I can't give them a dub right there. I have to give it to the New England Patriots. So Denver would still be one game ahead of the Patriots here. We come into Week 17. I don't see a scenario where Kansas City beats Denver at this point. Kansas City's deceased, so Denver should take care of business here. We've got Jacksonville. They should take care of business against Indianapolis. And then the Patriots, they play the Jets, so that's probably an easy win for them. So we come down here now, and Denver would have the number 1 seed locked up if they were to take care of business against Kansas City, because regardless of what were to happen here, even if Denver were to lose and New England were to win, Denver would still have a 1-game advantage over New England. And then for craps and giggles, you expect Jacksonville to win right there against Tennessee. Let's go ahead and see what were to happen if Denver were to lose to Green Bay. They'd still have the same record as New England, and they would have the tiebreakers. So let's give them the dub back there. If they were to lose to Jacksonville, it would be the exact same thing. But if they were to lose both of these games, New England would have the number 1 seed. Jacksonville, if they were to win out and if they were to beat the Broncos, then you see here 13-4 for Jacksonville. So yeah, they'd end up being the number 2 seed, and Denver could fall all the way down to the number 3 seed. You give them their dub back here against Green Bay, no problem at all. It's kind of the same thing if they lose to Kansas City. New England 1, Jacksonville 2, and Denver 3. So if you look at it, they've got to win this Jacksonville game. That is the game that they cannot afford to lose moving forward. If they essentially were to drop this Green Bay game, and then if they were to drop Kansas City, they'd still be the number 2 seed. It's that head-to-head game against Jacksonville that is super huge. Ultimately, if Denver gets dubs against Green Bay, Jacksonville, and Kansas City, they've got the number 1 seed locked up, and they can rest starters against the Chargers. So that would be absolutely huge. Or actually, no. No, they would... Hold on, let me see. Oh, okay, there's the loss right there to Kansas City. If they win against Kansas City, there we go. That's better. Denver would have the number 1 seed locked up, so they could afford that loss to the Chargers right there, and they wouldn't have to play their starters in that game. So that's how things shake out for the Denver Broncos right now. You take care of business in weeks 15, 16, and 17, the number 1 seed is yours. All right, Broncos country, let me know in the comment section below, how do you feel about the Denver Broncos' chances in getting the number 1 seed? Are you confident they're going to take care of business in these next 3 games? Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts, as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video, as well as subscribe and ring the bell, so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country, just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.